So hi everyone, my name is Sergej Kunz. I'm co-founder of 1inch Network. My background is software engineer, software architect for 18 years. And how it said, co-founder, I and my co-founder, Anton Bukov, we came to an idea and changed the DeFi world back in 2019. And I'm going to introduce today a new standard for token swaps, which is based on in December launched technology from 1inch. But before, I would like to play a game with you guys. Can someone explain what a DEX is? Raise your hands. I have some gifts for you. This guy. What is a DEX? Decentralized exchange. Very nice. Walid, this guy there should get a chip. We have some airdrop, 1inch, physical 1inch token airdrop, so you can play around with our wallet, with our swaps, without paying any gas fees. What is math? Who knows what math is? Raise a hand. No one? I just tried to test your knowledge, guys. How familiar are you with DeFi and the problems? Let's start. 1inch Network. 1inch Network unites decentralized protocols, empower users to perform efficient, user-friendly, and secure operations in DeFi space. Sounds very complicated. It is. We have built since 2019 a lot of things. We started with the aggregation protocol. We launched our DAO. With the token, we have our 1inch wallet, which is a self-custody wallet, which explain what you are signing. This is very different to some other wallets out there. We introduced also own limit order protocol, which is kind of decentralized order book. We have also one topic which is highly important right now is the fully regulated product, 1inch Pro. We have SRO license in Switzerland. We have a team sitting in United Arab Emirates working on Vara license. And we plan to go also to Asia area as well. So performance, we keep 70% of aggregation market share. So we introduced back in 2019 aggregation. We had 100%. We came down to 70, and it's good. Competition is very nice to have. It's just in favor of the users. We have our limit order protocol. First limit order protocol in Ethereum was 0x. We came to something what was more efficient, and we are now using it in a couple of products. 70%. We processed in the protocols 363 billions of US dollars in volume. More than 10 billion wallets are using 1inch. We have more than 150 core contributors around the globe who are building on the services, and we raised 190 million over three financial rounds. We started with the aggregation. It was just a simple aggregation. We just split it between multiple protocols like Uniswap, Kyber, and Banker. And nowadays it's more complicated. So we use multipaths. We use highly complex routing. I think one day this routing can be used for multi-galaxy jumps with the space shuttles. It becomes very complicated sometimes, but it ensures that the user gets the best execution, since we can execute highly atomically and on EVM-based chains. We have problems in DeFi. Most of the users don't know that they are math attacks. They are hackers who see your transaction. If you just do a swap on SushiSwap, for example, and they can swap before you, swap after you. I will explain more detail. We have front-running attacks. Some users are not using aggregators. They are using direct DEX. And it's also, you don't get the best rate, right? And it's also complicated user experience out there. And sometimes also regarding the compliance, regarding how clean is the liquidity? It's also kind of issue which is coming also, it became a problem in the next years. So math, what is math? Like we have a kind of subtopic of math is front running. So someone see your transaction and just do the same transaction as you and get some benefits. For example, you found a route which is kind of arbitrage route. So you swap on Uniswap, you sell, like you buy on Uniswap, you sell on SushiSwap, and you get some profits from this because it's like arbitrage trade because someone did a huge swap on SushiSwap or something. So someone can see your transaction and just replace and take the profit before you take it. We have also sandwich attacks. When you just do a swap and you set in a UI, also before Uniswap announced Uniswap X, which is also based on our idea with the Dutch auctions, they had a huge problem that people exchanged on Uniswap or also SushiSwap, PancakeSwap, and you set in the swap the maximum acceptable price impact. And depends on the amount you swap. Based on our calculations and analytics, from $10,000, most of the users were front-run and sandwiched. And it happens like attackers see your transaction, buy before you, sell after you, and take the profit. In 2022, $1.5 billion of US dollars were stolen from people by this kind of attacks. These are around 10% of all transactions happened in 2022. So you see, we have two paths. We have one path, the tourney path, where we have math, we have hackers who are front-running you, sandwich you, and we have something new for you. We have the success path, yeah, with the unicorns, rainbow. The one-inch fusion. One-inch fusion is based on our limit order protocol. It's a kind of special implementation since our limit order protocol is highly extendable, fully open source under MIT license, so everyone can just take it, build something on it, build a business, make money with this. We don't care. We appreciate contribution for sure. So through Fusion, you have access to unlimited liquidity. You have best rate execution in the market, and I'm going to prove this. Don't trust anyone. Yeah. And introduce also asynchronous trading on-chain. This is also very important. Since when you just trade in a classic manner, just you do one transaction after each other, you need to wait until the first transaction is executed, so the second transaction can be executed after that because of the nonce model. This is different. Here you just give a permit, and it can be executed fully asynchronously, so you don't have to wait for the first trade, so the second trade can be executed, or the third one. All market liquidity in one place. It's very important to understand. We introduce a system where market makers, arbitrage traders can participate in the system. If you look back, there are resolvers, verified resolvers. It's also very important. We have AML, KYB system in place by the foundation. There are some people there's a team who ensures that resolvers, they are the market makers behind Fusion who execute the trade for the users, are fully clean. So we have no dirty liquidity, and we use TRM Labs and some other providers. We aggregate all the providers to ensure that. And if we had the case already, if someone gets dirty liquidity on the wallet, it's blocked automatically. The same for the user. So if the hacker, after a hack comes to 1 inch, they cannot exchange because we block them, because TRM Labs is very fast, also some other providers. And we have additional team who also put on the blacklist some users who do malicious activities. Resolvers, who act as a trader, as an arbitrage trader, as a market maker. They offer own liquidity. They arbitrage with the DeFi liquidity, like Uniswap, SushiSwap, PancakeSwap, depends on the network. And also, they hedge the position of centralized exchanges. That means those guys bridge the liquidity from centralized exchange to the DeFi world. So, fees and destination token, what it means, you don't pay the transaction by yourself in the native token. So just for example, on Ethereum, you don't have to need any Ethereum. So who would like to play around with this? You can come to me after the speech. I will give you some chips so you can play around with 1-inch tokens and trade a little bit. So since the transaction is executed by professional market maker, you don't pay in the native token. You pay potentially in the destination token, but very often in such a case here, the transaction is paid by the arbitrage trader, by market maker, because it's profitable for them. Here's one trade with 3,700 Ethereum against USDT. And you see, this fusion is based on Dutch auction. So we came to the idea with the Dutch auction to introduce a kind of decentralization. If you have only a single point of entry and so only one participant can decide who get the aura, who can fill the aura, and which rate you get. It's highly dangerous. It's nothing better than centralized exchange. And when I like the Murphy's law. If something can fail, it will fail. And we try to avoid this. That's why we try to develop highly efficient things. And such a Dutch auction is one of them. So here in this case, we start the Dutch auction from the Oracle price, from the spot price, which you see on CoinMarketCap. And then we go down to the market price. This is the price you get on-chain when you swap on the aggregator, just for example, in Ethereum. 3,700 Ethereum to USDT, you get worse rate than the spot price because liquidity is limited, and of course, market makers and AMMs need to earn a little bit. So, and here in this case, we had partial fills, and the Dutch auction started to sell from the spot price. You see the points there, and every point is a partial fill. That means the user didn't pay any fees for this, and they got execution above the market rate. And of course, math by this protection by design, since this is just a permit, a meta transaction we call it. You will see it more in the next years in the account abstraction, that the user just sign a message and someone execute for the user this message based on the conditions. So math protection by design, I told already. Fusion performance, we released in December 2022. We processed 11 billion of US dollars in volume. We had 1.5 million of orders in total, and around almost 500,000 of wallets who use this service. You can still use the classic mode in 1-inch. You can just select, you can disable Fusion if you don't like it. But I suggest to use it because it makes sense to protect yourself from front-running attacks, from maths, and also to execute, to trade above the market price on-chain. This is about Fusion. You can also ask questions after the speech. I'm here. I would like to present something new, what we released recently. This is our dev portal. Since we develop a lot of services since 2019, and if you have a DApp, if you have a wallet, you need a lot of different information, aggregated information. And we came to the idea to offer such a solution as a software as a service. You can build on top of our APIs, your own apps, your own wallets. You can get portfolio information. So check it out. It's under 1inch.dev. You can register and get a free account. And if you need an enterprise plan, you can just ask for it. And if you would like to contact us, here QR code. We have a great community, really nice DAO and huge community. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to stay here since my blockchain builder journey started here in Singapore. Back in 2018, I participated on the ETH hackathon from ETH Global and met Vitalik, and I was impressed and started to build in Ethereum space. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to stay here.